It's the Shores of Tripoli, round 2, and I am playing as the U.S. Join us and see what happens here on Legendary Tactics.
Yeah, so this is a round 2, and we finished the first round pretty well.
Yeah, we
6 and
did.
2
We did 6 and
as
2,
a
I believe.
team. Yeah, so that was all right, good
Overall?
enough for. Well, I think we ended the round in third place, but we were in second place for at least a little bit. And
Yeah, and it was very interesting to me was the stats on the American side, which I'm playing today, and that was how they seem against you. The odds are against you when you play Americans.
Yeah, seems to be.
So
Yeah, and I don't know whether that's just like just the players are more familiar with Tripoli, or they're not as familiar with the game. But it seems like the U.S. has their work cut out for
yeah,
them, for sure.
so let's take a look here. Let's see how this game unfolded. So right away, I wanted to get early deployment going.
Yep, that is not a bad move. Although the only risk there is that it's very light coverage.
Light coverage.
Yeah, but the Tripoli plays Murad Reyes breaks out. It's just unfortunately you don't have naval movement. That's the only downside there.
Yeah, I wanted to get a few more ships on the board just in case there was some funny business with going into Tunis or Algiers or wherever.
Yes.
So,
and Tunis builds another Corsair, and then Congress authorizes action, of course, to get more
two
ships
American
ready
frigates.
to
Yeah,
go.
because I had just lost that one. I was like, okay, perfect.
Yep.
I'll just
Just
restock
get
for next year. I was really trying to get as many boats out as possible, as many frigates as possible. So,
and another Corsair in Tripoli. So building up their forces there.
Yep.
And moving 2 frigates to lock them down.
Yep, there they come.
Yep, perfect.
And
finishes up the
end
year
of
with
the first year.
U.S. supplies run low, so that moves your 1 frigate to Malta, which is an interesting move, I guess. The U.S. gets to go first, and naval movement is generally there's a few more than 1 naval movement cards in hand. So
feels like that could have been better played.
That could have been a better play, I feel. But
yeah.
Even building another Corsair might have been a better move there. So,
so we're gonna start with naval movement. Speaking of which,
and then just flood that.
And I think I'm pretty sure crowd Tripoli is what there's no bases down.
Yeah. That's fine.
Storms. Well.
Yeah, you're always gonna be vulnerable to storms, so that's
okay. We'll just see how bad it hits here, and it was.
It was bad.
One sinks.
1 frigate sunk. So storms is always gonna hit.
Oh, and I built into Malta with a gunboat, and he went into Algiers.
Yes. So you have show of force though.
I started with
the
tribute though.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Just because it was 1 frigate out of the harbor, and he had a lot in there. I thought, I'll just take 1.
Yep, that's not.
I did
problem.
sacrifice two gold for it, but.
Yeah, but shutting him down. Then Tunis right afterwards.
Zipping right into Tunis, but I have show of force, so no
show
problem.
Of force.
I was actually really lucky to have these cards in hand. So, and I even have Bainbridge, so I can pull 1 back too. So.
And the Philadelphia runs aground.
Oh, he takes another frigate.
Captures that frigate. So that is going to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, when it comes already to 2 captured. Correct. Looks
by treaty. So let's say, what cards do you have there?
Let's take a little look here.
Yeah. Oh, launch the Intrepids there. That's good.
So a couple naval movements.
And you have the Daring Stephen Decatur, which is usually good because you roll 2 dice and pick the preferred result. So that's a good combo with Burn the Philadelphia, and you can get rid of that frigate.
Now I did have to discard 1 here.
Yeah, Assault on Tripoli is the easy discard there.
It looked like that was the one.
That's not coming
right.
for at least a few years here. So scroll up and let's see where you moved.
All right. So naval movement.
Yep, probably reinforcing Tripoli, I would imagine, and maybe some.
Everyone,
just everyone.
Everyone in Tripoli right now. Now Durn could have been an option.
Yep.
Alexandria. And there's Morocco. the player in Tangier.
Yep.
So Bainbridge out and to get show of
Bainbridge,
force.
show of force, and move right over
goodbye
there.
Goodbye Tangier.
That's perfect. So the Allies are out of the way. You do not need to worry about the Allies.
Yeah.
And they, interestingly, reinforcing Tripoli with troops, which, again, it's not a terrible idea, but we're miles from that right now. So
Well, and that's why, yeah. But that being said, I even sent mine over to Alexandria to prepare.
Yeah. Now that in this move, I may have actually been tempted to discard a card instead of using naval movement just to move the 2 frigates, because if perhaps discarding Preble's boys take aim, for example, and hang on to naval movement in case you need it.
Oh, interesting.
Because
okay. I was also debating if I should have built another gunboat and if this would have been the right time. But I did have these guys all stuck in Tangier.
Yeah, no,
so.
I think you got to lock down with that many Corsairs in Tripoli. I think you need to lock that down. That's a good play, I think.
So there's a move. Oh, Swedish tribute paid.
Yeah,
so there goes the
cancel
Swedes.
Sweden. Yep. So
okay. Burn the Philadelphia.
All
so
right.
I'm hoping to get rid of.
And you have Stephen Decatur as well, so you can pick the optimal result. And you got the optimal result. Sunk the frigate, which is great.
Yeah, so that's gone. That's one out of the way there.
Yes, that's perfect.
So troops to Dern.
Yes.
Got some more troops in Dern. That's building up forces there. Not loving that part.
No. But I'm surprised that there's not more pirate raiding going on actually at this stage. But
yeah, I know. There's been a big focus on that. In fact, I gave him 2 of those, I think.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay, so Hamlet's army. Had to put Hamlet's army in place here.
That's a good move early, especially if you're just playing Hamlet's army early gives you some flexibilities because it gives you enough time to set up for the end game. So Tripoli acquires Corsairs and then naval movement.
Yeah, so we're trying to ship the Gibraltar over. I don't need the Alexandria there anymore, so I thought, well,
so may as well start bombardment. Dern, and you missed.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So we're in the fall of
Benghazi,
04 here.
So reinforcing Benghazi. So you can see now if you're trying to win by taking Tripoli, look at the armies you have to face right now. Now you do add a couple more units with the Bedouins, but the
Bedouins came in there. Yep. So
this
and a little power play here.
Yes.
So Tripoli attacks
and scores 3 hits. Now again, the problem is just that this is late in the game. It's or late in the year.
Round.
So those frigates are coming back next in a couple.
So I'm
turns.
supposing it would be way better to play it, say, spring, have my frigates out of position for like a pirate raid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Okay. If you're gonna attack, the best time to do it is in the spring.
So I scored 1 hit. He scored 3 hits.
3 hits. Yes.
So I just took 1 hit each, had them go to the track.
And then that way you're not losing any frigates, which can cost you the game, right? And
move 2 frigates. I had to get them back into position there. And that was an interesting. I don't know why he wouldn't have gone raiding.
Yeah, I would have gone raiding there myself.
I mean, with only two frigates in the harbor, but he wanted to build up a bit more.
Yeah, I would have raided there for sure, but that's me. Maybe I play a bit more of an aggressive game.
A little more aggressive, yeah.
But that's fine.
Discards 2, okay.
Yeah, and naval movement.
So I went with naval movements again. Get those ships in position.
Get those lockdown Tripoli again.
I'm guessing I got to start thinking about Dern a little bit here, though.
Absolutely. Let's do naval bombardment there. You got 1.
Yeah, so that's helpful. Troops to Dern, and he's
reinforces Dern again. So, So
but I decided to scale him back a little bit just in case he had funny ideas with Tripoli.
Yeah. And you can see this. The only thing, and there's troops to Benghazi, so you can see that invading Tripoli is becoming more and more of an impossibility because if you lose Hamet's army, And
yeah. And I didn't have the card to go into
Dern. Yeah,
so that was why I played that the Constantinople card. There was just nothing.
You would have been better to go into Dern this turn, but
you
didn't have the card.
I think so.
And I think if you'd had the card, this game would have ended differently. So now you're just hoping you can do some bombardment and
which is not terrible,
damage,
but it's not just getting it over with.
Yeah, but it's
and he's going
another
out
big
here.
attack.
He's
Only
going
this
for
time
the sinking of the
it doesn't
frigates,
work
isn't he?
quite as well because he loses 3 Corsairs and you have 1 hit. So one of your frigates is coming in
for next round.
8, yeah, but you see it's already winter. So again, like I just would have played it earlier in the turn. I don't see any.
So I went with Thomas
downside in doing
Jefferson on this last one here.
Yes, so that's because you have 5 frigates.
And all those boats out of position.
Yeah,
so.
they're all out of position. So got to get them all back into position. And
I went with 2 into Dern to try and whittle that down a bit better.
Yeah, well, piracy is not an issue. Like we're close enough to the end of the game. It shouldn't.
Well,
be a factor,
where he's currently at, it's not.
Yeah.
So I did whittle 1 away.
Yeah, there's 1. Yeah, it's
hasn't been great rolls
not
for
the
that,
best
but
rolls there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But now you have so you have your frigate back. You've got plenty of naval movement. So
no shortage there.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to hang on to treaty. Show of force can go. Corsairs confiscated can go. Tribute paid can go. There's a bunch of them that
are not relevant.
Early to mid game cards that are not required.
So here's what I left off with. I kept up.
Yes.
So
yeah, no, it's now we were. I remember. I think we were chatting a bit about this. So you were looking for the treaty win here, but there's that Constantinople sends aid, and you do have the launch the Intrepid card here, which is your chance to take out a frigate. So I just saw that Constantinople sends aid, so our opponent hasn't played it, so we go all in on the
Dern play
Battle of Dern.
Throw the frigates in there.
Yeah.
And
didn't
nothing. Jeez.
And
throw in Marine sharpshooters, Lieutenant O'Bannon. We're going
throw everything in.
We're going all in. Yeah, that's right.
And
okay, so finally we whittled down there quite nicely.
We got that there. So
and there's Constantinople sends aid.
So that was the thing that really hurt because it put a frigate back into Tripoli.
Yeah, and now with only 2 rounds left.
With 2 rounds left, so
I got to get that
launch
frigate
the
out of there.
Intrepid, and if you roll a 5 or 6, then the frigate will be sunk and you'll win. And you rolled a 3, so you lost. So that's where you could have still won the game if you'd rolled a 5 or 6. I know it's still rolling the dice and trying to win, but
and he's going with storms here to try and knock
and
no
misses.
Effect. And now I had to go with naval movement and just go
see
all
if you
in.
could go all in and see if you. The odds are pretty much against. You'd have to roll really, really, really well to.
Yeah, I need like almost 5 hits and then still not.
Yeah, and what did you roll here?
No hits actually.
No hits.
So.
And you probably lose your. Oh, you lost the frigate. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he reinforced Tripoli, and I thought, we'll bring in 2 more frigates, see what happens here.
Yeah.
This was pretty much just a moot point, but
at this stage.
This stage here, he did score 4 hits on me though, which wasn't great.
Yeah. So, and then U.S. supplies run low. I don't know. Yeah, there's probably no other decent move there.
And the game ends in a draw.
Yeah, so
now if I have 1 saving grace, I did score 13, and he only got 11. So it feels like that was a draw win.
Yes. There's a very slight edge, but no, I think Mr. Miller played very well. Maybe a little bit passively, but definitely he made it so that the assault on Tripoli was just not going to happen.
No, Tripoli was locked down.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
and I think I think you rolled reasonably well, but there's a few key moments where, like, if you had rolled the 6 on or 5 or 6 on the launch the Intrepid, it was a win.
Yep, that's
So,
right. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, whereas he did sink 3 frigates, so it could have gone either way. Really, it was right down to the wire. But you both probably played well enough. It was
probably worthy
draw.
of a draw, a game worthy of a draw.
I think so. I think so. That was a fair score. So,
yeah. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this and got something out of it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Cax.
And I'm Nato.
And this has been Legendary Tactics.